Well, as well as in Khartoum, fierce battles have been taking place in Sudan's western Darfur region. The United Nations Refugee Agency says up to 20,000 people have fled into neighbouring Chad to escape the fighting. UNHCR teams on the border say most of the refugees are women and children. Well, Olga Sarrado is global spokesperson at the UNHCR.
Well, we expect that the situation is resolved soon, so we don't see any major refugee outflow. But the reality is that we are seeing already arrivals of refugees in some neighboring countries, notably in Chad, where our teams on the ground estimate that around 10,000 to 12,000 people from Sudan fleeing the fighting have arrived already at the border. These are estimations. Our teams are at the moment in the ground with the government of Chad, assessing and monitoring the situation, assessing the needs. These people are sleeping out in the open under the trees, and the main needs are for water, for food, for shelter. So our teams are there. We have not been able to visit all the provinces across the border, so this number indeed could be higher in the coming days.
So what's the main challenges that your teams on the ground are facing?
Well, the main challenge at the moment, for instance, in Chad, to respond to the new arrivals, is that Chad is already hosting 400,000 refugees as a country. And it's a country that, of course, has as well its needs. So the services are already overstretched, and to that we are probably going to see the need to respond to this new outflow. At the moment, our operations, for instance, in Chad, they are quite underfunded. They are facing funding shortfalls. Only 15% of the needs have been covered. So in the coming days, we're going to be needing more resources to respond to the huge needs of the people that are arriving. And of course, in Sudan, as I was mentioning before, safety is crucial. The cessation of hostilities. Sudan was already a country in which a third of the population were in need of humanitarian assistance. So the fact that our teams cannot continue conducting the activities, the protection and monitoring activities that usually conduct, and providing the assistance and the relief that they do because of the insecurity at the moment, is having a strong impact in all those in need of humanitarian assistance inside Sudan.
Sudan itself is the host country to one of the largest refugee populations in Africa. So could what's happening there have a knock-on effect?
Yes, well, Sudan has been one of the countries, is one of the countries that is hosting one of the major refugee populations in Africa, mainly from South Sudan, but also we see refugees from Ethiopia, refugees from Syria. So these people that already had to flee their homes in search of safety, and now they find themselves in the middle of another crisis and another conflict, and fearing from their lives. So indeed, in the coming days, we need to see what's the situation. Sudan is a country where there are huge humanitarian needs for the population. The fact that our teams cannot provide the assistance needed is having an impact on those refugees already in the country, but also we can see in the coming days some of these refugees being forced to move again, to leave their homes in search of safety.